You ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. Hey, I'm Jad.
I'm Robert.
So we wanted to just release a little video for you guys because we often get asked,
how do you do this show? How do you come up with the ideas? How
do you make the sounds?
We don't really know how to say that.
Yeah, it's like I can't answer that question in under 6 hours, and by that time they're gone.
But
so
a group of people came by. These are a video team. With that question, which they answered, they made a film, and we looked at it and thought,
well, they actually answered the question, kind of, sort of.
Yeah, pretty good.
As much as it can be answered. So we thought we'd release the video for you guys, and we hope you enjoy. We'll be back on the other side to say something.
Oh, wait, you're listening?
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
You're
listening
to RadioLab.
RadioLab.
From
WNYC.
C.
Yep.
And NPR.
You good, Tom? I'm rolling.
That means go.
I'm Robert Krolwich.
I'm Jad Abumrad.
We're the RadioLab people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. Today,
we're going to lick some rats,
starve some Swedes,
sterilize some women.
I mean, we're not going to do that ourselves, no, but we're going to play you stories where
these things actually happen.
This is RadioLab. Stick around. It's going to get messy.
Give me a breakdown of how an episode of RadioLab is made.
Somebody decides that they want to meet some guy because the guy has something interesting to say. So you go out and you meet the guy.
I'm looking for a fin who knows his or her legs.
And you record it. So now you've got sound. Then you start looking for interesting things and you sort of set it up. This is good, this is good, this is good, this is good. Then you have to figure out, like, where should they go?
In a sense, this is that old nature nurture question, which everybody says has no answer, but this is going to flip that whole thing upside down.
Then we add ourselves.
You're born with certain genes, half from your mom, half from your dad, and once you get them, they're fixed, right?
What does it have to do with your parental fantasies, whatever you were talking about?
Well...
And then we do it again. And then we do it again.
Do you want to do the whole thing one more time?
Yeah, it's okay. Let's try to see, well, a few more times.
Do you want to just split it in half like we just did it?
And then, at a certain point, maybe 3/4 of the way through, you've got these little blocks of tape on the computer, and you start to push them around and treat them like musical objects and put noises with them and score them.
Nilsson, he was an idiot.
He was an idiot.
I'm sorry.
For me, I think of it as like two guys talking, but they're in a surrealistic, multi-dimensional space. Voices are interweaving themselves into the conversation. Strange noises and symphonic blurps are kind of coming in and out. But really, it's always two guys talking. My dad, from my entire life, had this thing where if someone was whistling, he would they could be whistling 6 tables over in a restaurant, and he would turn around and be like, "Stop that!" It was scraping his very nerves. And the other day, someone was whistling, and I was like, "Stop it!" And it just hit me. I was like, "Oh God, that was him." It's never appeared until now.
And you wonder, where did that come from?
Is that a genetic hatred of whistling that I just had, or did I somehow learn that?
Exactly. So, Michael.
Yeah. We just do like that.
Yeah, that was a better part.
Is the whole team contributing to the stories?
Yeah, it's very, the editorial process is really broad. The sensibility is defined by Robert and I, but Soren Wheeler basically is there for every conversation. Each producer is working on 1 to 3 stories at any given time, and now we're a live show.
Hello.
Hello.
How you guys doing?
What we're going to talk about first is basically what do we take forward from In the Dark into the next RadioLab live show. This is one of those activities where you iterate as many separate, discrete ideas. So I'll start comedian, comedy. Really like that element.
Every moment of light and dark is a miracle. I guess you could say I have a pretty low threshold for miracles.
For me, the eye demonstration, the moment, bam, the lens, and you see something, it's an idea that happens in your head that's happening in front of you that's a physical, visual thing. It's all like slam.
Moments of collective action, LED.
I feel like leadership of the stage shifted around from Dimitri to Palablas to you guys. Leadership shifted around in thinking about how to put the show together too. And leadership shifts around on this show a lot, but somehow for me, underneath all this is about the ability to give up and get back smoothly leadership and ownership.
It's like the whole idea of this thing is like to get these Whitman-esque moments of like to see a universe in a blade of grass. So you're looking at one small particular, but you're seeing everything. It's a constant tension with us. It's like, how do you draw them in and seduce them and make them fall in love with the thing you're falling in love with?
45 minutes for 1 minute.
1 minute? Are you kidding? Try 20 seconds. Not even a minute.
For 20 fucking seconds.
The business of reporting and being in the media, it's not a natural situation, right? Like right now, there are cameras, we're trying to ignore these things on our shirts. It's an artificial thing.
You're doing a very good job of ignoring
Thank you. But it's kind of like you go into it because there was something when you learned about that stuff that just gave you a little bit of a fever. And you want to give that fever to somebody else.
So that's why we're coming to you guys, to help us spread the fever. Because we know we make the show, work very late nights to make it, and we distribute it for free, and the only way we can do that is if you help us fund this show and keep it free.
Which, by the way,
really good time to do that.
Is a very good time right now because a group of RadioLab listeners got together, created a pool of money for a challenge grant, which means for a limited time, if you give us some money, they will give us an equal amount. So that's, your dollar equals their dollar. 1 + 1, we get 2.
Yeah, it's a super great moment, and these listeners are awesome. They've made this matching grant. It's $15,000 they've put in, so we've got to get to $15,000 or we lose it. So that's why we're coming to you guys.
Yeah.
Take a minute, go to radiolab.org/donate. Radiolab.org/donate. Takes about 2 minutes.
Yeah, and we'd be
Super
really,
fast.
really appreciative. So thank you very much. Now we can do what we like to do.
Just to go back to being faceless radio hosts.
Bye.